Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever reaction on this channel. It's wonderful that the first thing that I react to is the Xebellion Triangle, due in part to the fact that me and Ivy, the person behind this project, go way back. If you'll recall, I once had a project called Suicide Pandemic, and Ivy was the main bass player throughout that entire project. And throughout those years, it was incredible having Ivy on board with one of my projects because Ivy's just a wonderful person and a fantastic, phenomenal musician. And I've been looking forward to this single coming out for a long time now. So let's do a little backstory on the Xebellion Triangle. TXT, as I will refer to it from now on, has been around for about 2 years roughly, maybe just a little bit longer, and is an evolution of a previous project by Ivy called the Isdal Cadaver. Unfortunately, the Isdal Cadaver never really made it. A lot of the music that Ivy had for that project lay dormant for years until finally the Xebellion Triangle. So Ivy amassed a couple of musicians to facilitate the other portions of this band. You have Aaron Hetzko, who's doing the drums, and Haley Ruffton, that's doing all the lead vocal performances, with Ivy basically taking up the guitar, bass, and backing vocal portions, as well as programming orchestral and synthesizer stuff. Very busy person in this project, basically. And I know recently they just announced that Chance Fuller just took up the other guitar spot. So what you have here is basically a Houston-based symphonic death metal band that takes heavy inspiration from the Black Dahlia murder, as well as other bands that I can think of like Septic Flesh, Hypocrisy. And back in December of 2021, we actually were able to get a taste of what TXT had to offer with the demo Blood Watcher. And with that, it was a good showcase of exactly what to expect with this project. And it was very exciting for a lot of people when they heard this, me included. And to be completely honest, I've been excited for years to actually finally hear TXT come into full fruition and actually be able to hear what Ivy has had cooking for many, many years. So we had Blood Watcher in December of 2021, and just now we have Spawn of Ungoliant released today, March 1st. Oh, and I didn't realize we actually have an album title that it's going to be on called At the Banks of the Rubicon. Now that is exciting. So let's talk a little bit about the credits for this real quick. Obviously, we have Aaron, Ivy, and Haley, but let's talk a little bit more about exactly what they are doing on this. Aaron is doing drum programming and vocal performances. I know for a fact that Aaron is an incredible drummer from all the videos that I've seen of him playing. And so, yeah, with the drum programming, I don't think that it's necessarily programmed or anything like that. It's Aaron performing on an E-kit, because this guy can definitely belt out this stuff flawlessly. And it's very interesting that he's also credited as vocal performance, so I can't wait to hear what that sounds like. Ivy, of course, drum programming, guitar, bass, vocal performances, orchestral and synthesizer programming, engineering, recording, and mixing. So it's pretty obvious who has complete dominance in this project. Dominance is a really harsh word. But you know who the person behind this project is, and that's Ivy. And then finally, you have Haley Ruffton doing lead vocal performances on this. Other credits go to music and arrangement by Kaz Glenn, Aaron Hetzko, and Ivy Jane Lance. Lyrics and arrangement by Ivy Jane Lance, Michael Roca, and Haley Ruffton. And I know Michael was in the Isdal Cadaver. So as you can see here, I have downloaded the single off of Bandcamp, which is what I recommend everyone doing so they get the money directly. Otherwise, you can go to a streaming site like Spotify where you can also find it there. So long as you're listening to this, it'll help support TXT in any way. All right, so with all of that out of the way, what does the song actually sound like? Well, let's go ahead and listen. This is Spawn of Ungoliant by the Xebellion Triangle. Here we go. Wow, that sounds incredible. Ivy, you've come a long way with your mixing and mastering. This sounds awesome. Now, I'm familiar with this song. I've definitely heard this song many times over the years, but in multiple different iterations. This was crazy. This is already crazy. We're 1 minute and 13 seconds in. Haley's vocals are absolutely bonkers. She's a wonderful vocalist. Holy crap. Aaron's drumming is also incredible, which doesn't surprise me. This is all around. This is really good. The symphony work is really great. The backing vocals, like everything so far sounds fucking phenomenal. I gotta stop talking. We're gonna keep going. Wow! That was crazy. That was insane. Wow. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with talking about this. I'll start with the one thing I know absolutely for sure is that drumming is really, really, really good. Aaron, you did a fantastic job. Yeah, the drums sound really good. Everything sounds really punchy. The blasts are fucking phenomenal. And I obviously am a sucker for blast beats. You nailed it, Aaron. Oh my god. Haley's vocals. I know I mentioned this once before to Ivy. There are some points where I feel like Haley sounds a lot like the Hypocrisy vocalist. I had to look it up just to make sure, but yeah, Peter Taktgren. There are definitely moments where I feel like she sounds a lot like him, and I love that. All the layerings of the vocals too on the choruses and everything sound fucking great. Let's talk about the guitars. Those guitars sound very nice. They're crisp, they're polished. They work really well in the mix. And in terms of the overall musicianship on display here, yeah, I mean, it doesn't shock me one bit. Ivy is a phenomenal performer and songwriter. The solo's fantastic. The riffs are fantastic. Everything is fantastic. I'm just going to gush over this entire single. It's great. I don't really have anything to critique. I desperately want to hear the rest of this album. That was a fantastic teaser to it. So Ivy, Aaron, Haley, y'all did amazing. Thank you for this. This is going to be really cool. Houston's been in desperate need of something like this. Something that's more on the technical, symphonic, melodic side. So yeah, that was TXT, Spawn of Ungoliant, the single. Man, go out, go to Spotify, listen to it yourself. Go to Bandcamp, purchase the single, help support the band. And I can't wait to see what Chance Fuller, filling in on the other side of guitars, what he's going to bring to the table. This will be really cool. And if you live in Houston, go out and see them live. I believe they're performing this Saturday. Yes, just had to double check. They are indeed playing this Saturday at Satellite Bar in Houston, Texas with Allegiant. That's funny. Suicide Pandemic also played for Allegiant. That's pretty funny. So yeah, if you're in Houston, go out and see TXT perform live. They're a wonderful act to see. And that's it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.